but today is part 3. We talked about fundamentals, setup, footwork, just a tight hook, open hook, how to generate power following through the target. Today we're going to talk about attacking forward or retreating backwards using this footwork. We had a couple great questions come up that talked about this full turn step and how maybe I would twist this way, okay? This actually happens in the kick. I don't need to stop in that position or set that position. That twist actually happens during the kick. There are some people who set up lower like that. I just find that any resistance is resistance to my kick, and I was taught to minimize the resistance in the move in order to maximize the efficiency and speed. Is one of our traditional Shinmu 360 spinning hook kicks. This is where we're here. This is called an extra step, this little movement. Remember, if we're sparring here, it looks very small, it's very subtle. I'll do it from the side here. If we were fighting and I just made that little movement, this is what we call the extra step. Dojim Jihanjay called it the extra step, but we understand it's a little bit of a momentum step. It means it starts the movement. In sparring, the best sparring, you never stand still during sparring because it doesn't hide your movement. When we're fighting and I'm moving and we're doing this stuff, you can't see where things are coming from because I'm always moving. That's what this first step is all about. It's not just take an extra step and then do the move. It's about the idea of starting motion in order to continue the motion through the next kick, okay? So we're going to start with this first one. From here, we're going to take that extra step. We're going to do the turn step, and then from here, we're going to fire out that hook kick. So we're going to go 1, 2, fire out the hook kick. Now remember from videos 1 and 2, we talked about having this foot set. I don't want this heel up. I don't want that up because it's going to throw my balance off as I go to spin. So from here it's 1, 2, fire off the kick, and always try to get back to that defensive posture. People do a lot of different things from here. I like my hands up because I don't want to get punched in the mouth. Okay? So from here, 1, 2, fire the kick out, and then we are back, okay? All right, for me, I just always aim my head high. That's about 5'11". If I got to fight a 6-foot person, I would go up 1 inch, okay? So from there, it's probably the highest I'd ever have to kick. If the guy's 7'4" and 290, I'm just gonna run, okay? So, G, would you grab the pads here? I want to explain a couple things with the pads as well. For those who have been doing hook kicks for quite a while, hook kicks can generate an immense amount of power. So a lot of times we don't use just one single pad, okay? Getting used to this resistance, think about it, just smack that, G. I doubt my head would move like that if he smacked me in the head, okay? So this feels a lot different when he smacks it, okay? Which means that I'm gonna run into some structure, okay? And that's why I think practicing with more than one pad to cause a little extra resistance is a good training method. I think starting out, if you've never done hook kicks before, just having a target that allows you to freely just move through it would be a good idea. But we're gonna use this. Okay, G, we're gonna do this from as many different angles as possible today, so I gotta move fast, guys. So would you hold that for me here? We're gonna go about chin level here because I like hitting people in the chin. So one more time, we're here, momentum step, I'm gonna turn step, plant that body weight, and then I'm gonna fire through. Doing these kicks in slow motion is very challenging. It's a lot easier if I could just flow through the kick, 1, 2, and kick through. All right? I let that leg extend long like we talked about in the last video. And this is also a way, look, I lose my balance sometimes. I'm not gonna fool around about that. I'm not perfect. However, when I'm training, sometimes I'm training a particular part of it. So that time I was focusing on cutting through. You will lose your balance as you do this stuff. Just figure it out as you go. So from here, 1, 2, and then you're back in your stance. Let's try it from this side. Okay, so one more time. We're working on the attacking style of this kick. Extra step, turn step, my heels planted, and then I would fire out on the kick. So we're here, 1, 2, 3, and we're back here. Okay, so G, let's go say hi to our friends. Who else is over there? So again, this is the attacking style. Just say if anybody's there, to say hi to them.
Terry, what's up, girl?
And
Terry McAleer.
awesome, hi Terry. So again, we're working on the attacking style, the extra step, the turn step, all in forward fashion. You guys got to see it from both sides. The cool thing about these videos, you can just hit rewind, play, rewind, play. Look at the footwork, look at the setup, look at the balance, look at the posture, look at the position, look at the structure, look at all these particular parts. Of course, in the Ultimate Martial Arts videos, in our videos on our site, we break these down into much smaller pieces and work on every single part. Like one skill is one thing would be a 3 to 5 minute video, just one little segment of this, okay? So what I want to do is go into part 2, because I like to keep these videos as short as possible. We're going to go what's called into a retreating style movement. So, G, I'm good on the camera still, right?
Yes.
Good. You see my feet?
Yep.
Good. That's very important. Okay, they're not very pretty, but we make sure we see those. Okay, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, would you guys give me some thumbs up or hearts across the screen? I really appreciate that. Even on the replay, would you guys do that? All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to work in a retreating type scenario. So I'm here, maybe there's an altercation, I don't want any trouble. Suddenly the attack comes, okay? Obviously, you're not going to stand there, you're going to move or divert somehow. In this particular motion, we're learning to what we call retreat and turn. Back and turn. Now I end up back in that mini front stance again, okay? Look, in these particular things, sometimes we get hung up on doing the kick when we should just be practicing footwork. So retreat and turn. We're going to stop here. Now that time I have a little bit extra, about 5% extra weight on the back end. So watch one more time. Retreat and turn. So one more time. Retreat and turn. This is where I want to be very centered and neutral when I land in that. Now, I'm not stopping with my back turn because I would already be kicking at that point. I'm 1, 2, and here I'm into the kick. Okay? So 1, 2. I'm turning the body weight as I go. All right, this should answer the twisted up leg question. And then I fire the kick from here. Okay? So, G, let's do a couple of these on the pad. One of the ways that we do this is G literally holds the pads and kind of holds it at his chest. And then he just pushes on at my face here. And that simulates that attack. My face is up here, by the way. Good. He pushes him right here. If I don't move, he will hit me. And this is where I step back and turn. And then I fire off the kick. Okay, so we set up here. 1, 2, 3, coming through. Again, 1, 2, 3, coming through. Let's do it from the other side, please. Okay, so again, slow motion. 1. I don't want to do this. 1, because it'll throw my balance off over here. What I want to do is go 1 with my heel back. 1. Then I turn into the smaller stance. Okay? So 1, 2, then I'm set up for my kick. Okay? All right, from here. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, a little under. Okay, ready? One more. 1, 2, 3. All right. So we're good. All right, awesome. So thanks, Jake. Appreciate it.